Hello, Sam Owens here, and another install for Snazzy. This is the jump port under the hood mount style device that is going to help you if you ever need to jump start the Slingshot. That will give you access for jumper cables to get them started. These are the tools that you would require. A socket, a extension, 13 millimeter, 10 millimeter, a 40 torque bit, and a flat tip. And this is the adapter for those bits. There's a location that is perfect for mounting this that will give great access, ease of access, and that is by removing these two 10 millimeter bolts. This has two holes here. This is power all the time, so you do have a power for lights and what have you at this point. It's kind of like a power block. Not exactly, but you do have a source of power. If you added a fuse to it, you could use it. You would not want to attempt this without disconnecting the ground from the battery. Before we do that, I want you to see using a voltometer to test the voltage. I've got a test lead here, which has two alligator clips. You can get them from any place that sells electronic supplies. So you take the black lead of your test meter, multimeter, and you find a ground. Now, any metal part of the engine or the frame, but not painted, don't try to connect to painted material. Hood latch, and it's nice material that will conduct a good ground from the frame. The battery is connected by way of the negative terminal to all of the frame. That's your return connection for the battery power. So once that's connected, now you take the positive lead and you pull first you turn the meter on. That's AC with the wavy line. The dotted or solid line is DC voltage. Go to DC volts and you pull the cover back and just touch the tip of your meter to the nut right there, 12.82 volts. Anywhere from 12.4 or 5 to 12.6 or 7 is normal voltage of a battery that's fully charged. So we have power going to the alternator right now. We don't want to attempt anything until we go to the battery and disconnect it. I'm going to start with the pop pin, get underneath the pin itself and pull out, twist and pull, and get this one. Okay, that's what it looks like, and you pop the rest of it out. Okay, put them down, then change your bit to the 40 torque bit right there. Okay, and this one here, pull this out, and then this you're going to pull out and up like that. Go see, or actually it's down. It's hard to remember which way, but it's actually you pull up to put it in and pull down and pull out. Here is the negative terminal. It's 10 millimeter. So, okay. And loosen this. Okay, and there's 2 wires, and just put them down where they will not touch back to that point. Okay, my negative terminal of the meter is grounded, and now I'm going to touch the positive connection. I have absolutely no voltage, so I am safe to operate on the electrical system of my Slingshot. 10 millimeter, and we loosen everything up. We got all the power off of the vehicle. Okay, because what we're going to do is we're going to put it right along this frame, so that's a good position to be in, and you want to make sure that this terminal is tight, and it is, but make sure that bolt is tight. And so now we're ready to put this baby in there like that. Okay, and put this, and it goes in pretty good with just your fingers. Okay, and then I'm going to tighten them down. Now we're going to take the alternator wire loose, and what you do is go over here, and you need an extension, couple of, well, if you have one long enough, but you want to get your wrench above all of this, and then just loosen her up. That's a 13 millimeter, and let's see. Whoop. Okay, now loosen that up. See, don't drop it. You don't want to be going underneath the vehicle. You see, you don't want to do that. Now, as you get to the final removal of the nut, grab it firmly and do not drop it. Okay, so hold it firmly and do it slowly. And because if you drop that thing, it may not hit the floor, it may hit some of the panels under there, and then you've got a new problem. So be careful with it. We are going to route our cable down, and you want to have an avenue to get this baby to it, and we will put it over this way like that. That looks like that could work. And then you put your nut back on. And tighten her to a good. You always want electrical connections to be tight. Okay, but not over tight. Don't overdo it. Okay, I have one here, and I got it going down that way, and then this one, I'm going to pull him up tight so that we've got him. Nothing. This will not move around. We cut these off, and we are going to test her out. We got to hook the battery back up. I did add a little tape. I realized that after I mounted it that this is exposed and it may not be good. You should probably wrap that with tape up to where the connection is, and it'll be much easier than wrapping it after you put it on. So and you might see a spark, so don't be alarmed, because what you're doing is activating the computer and several other items in there. Okay, and get your 10mm wrench. So the first thing we do is put it in the slot, kind of at an angle like this, and kind of pull up, and just kind of lay down. Sometimes lay down on the job and get it up underneath there like that. Line these holes up, put your push pins in, and insert these. Okay. They usually will push with your fingertips. Okay, so that locked my torque, 40 torque bit. Push up and don't get this stripped. Meter is at 0. I'm grounded on my positive. Let's see, I'm going to give you a lead over here. There, that should be ground. And now we're going to pull the cover loose, and we're going to touch. And look at there, 12.82. My battery is super charged and in good health when it's up that high. So now I should have power throughout the whole vehicle, and so that's a finished job. Always keep this covered because you don't want anything to touch this and ground. This is ground right here, so that's a good idea to make sure that's always covered. And when you do need your jump port for getting restarted or charging up your battery on the road, this is a good place to quickly do it. I hope your installation comes out as easy, and yeah, I think you'll enjoy having the security of the jump port, and it's also protected in that it's under the hood, out of the way. All right, thanks for watching.